Why do concrete trucks sometimes have extra wheels touching the ground? And sometimes they don't? Yeah, you read that right. Here's the actual reason. A standard concrete truck carries 8 to 10 cubic yards of concrete. That's roughly 32,000 to 40,000 pounds of wet concrete sitting in the drum, constantly spinning, constantly shifting weight. Add in the truck itself, the chassis, the engine, the giant rotating drum, the boom assembly, another 25,000 to 30,000 pounds easy. So a fully loaded concrete truck rolling out of the batch plant is hauling around 65,000 to 70,000 pounds total. That's as much as a fully loaded school bus, times 2. And here's the kicker. All that weight isn't sitting still. It's moving through neighborhoods, over bridges, around tight corners, and onto job sites where every pound matters. Here's where it gets interesting. Federal law sets strict limits on how much weight any single point on the road can carry. The reason is simple. Too much weight in one spot tears up pavement, cracks bridges, and creates serious safety problems. The federal rule is 20,000 pounds maximum per single axle, 34,000 pounds maximum per tandem, that's 2 axles working together. And no truck can exceed 80,000 pounds total gross weight on interstate highways. Now do the math. A standard concrete truck has a front steer axle and 2 drive axles at the rear. That's 3 axles. If you put 70,000 pounds on 3 axles, the rear group alone is hauling close to 55,000 pounds. That's over 20,000 pounds over the legal limit. Fines for going over? Up to $65 for every pound you're heavy. Get caught once with a normal load, you're looking at tens of thousands in penalties. Get caught twice? In some states, they pull the driver out of the cab. So how do you legally move 70,000 pounds of concrete through traffic without breaking the law? You spread the load. The answer is bolted right onto the back of the truck. Those extra wheels you noticed, the ones that sometimes touch the ground and sometimes don't, those are called tag axles. And they're the reason concrete trucks can legally haul as much as they do. A tag axle is a non-powered axle that drops down when the truck is loaded, adding another contact point with the road. With it down, you're spreading 70,000 pounds across 4 axles instead of 3. Suddenly, that rear group isn't carrying 55,000 pounds anymore. The load is distributed, and the truck is back inside legal limits. When the truck dumps its load and the drum is empty, the tag axle lifts back up. Why? 2 big reasons. First, less rubber on the road means less tire wear. Those tag tires can cost over $500 each, and lifting them when they're not needed extends their life significantly. Second, with one less axle dragging, the truck is way easier to maneuver in tight spots like job site driveways and tight residential streets. So those wheels you sometimes see touching the ground, they're not decoration. They're the difference between a legal load and a $20,000 fine. Even with tag axles, concrete trucks still bump up against legal limits. That's because concrete is just that heavy. So most states issue special permits specifically for ready-mix concrete trucks, letting them haul more than a typical commercial vehicle. In Texas, ready-mix trucks can legally carry up to 25,300 pounds per single axle, more than the federal standard. In Louisiana, a quad-axle mixer with a special permit can run at 84,000 pounds gross weight. In South Carolina, concrete trucks operating within 15 miles of their home base get an entirely different set of rules. Every state has its own version of these exceptions. Why? Because if concrete trucks had to follow standard limits, every pour would require more trips, more trucks, more cost. The whole industry would slow down. So next time you're stopped at a red light and a concrete truck rolls past, take a look at the back end. Count the wheels. If you see an extra set hovering just above the pavement, you're looking at a truck that's already done its delivery. Empty drum, lifted axle, headed back for another load. If those wheels are touching down, that truck is fully loaded and working at the edge of what's legally allowed on the road. Drop a comment below if you've ever spotted one in the wild. Bonus points if you can guess whether it was loaded or empty before you saw the drum.